All right, so let's get this video in. And this is going to be the one to close the series out. Laila Ali versus Claressa Shields is a stupid fight to me. People within boxing that think it's a stupid fight understand why. I think it's a stupid fight. But there's a lot of people that think that this is good for boxing. Got legend versus legend, right? Old versus legend versus young legend. It's a stupid fight for this reason. There's nothing that Claressa Shields gains by beating up Laila. Nothing. I know that in boxing you never know what could happen, but here's a fight, like I said, that I bet money on. Not that I even care about the fight, but just to teach you fools a lesson. Claressa will beat the shit out of Laila Ali. Everything that we already know right now about Laila will be the same exact things that they use as an excuse. Oh, but she's 48. Oh, but she's not in her prime. Oh, okay. But this is the same woman that said she can beat Claressa right now. She'll knock her out, and Claressa has nothing to keep her off. She's too small. She's not strong enough. Too little, right? That's what she said, right? Okay. So everybody said about Canelo too, Crawford fighting against Canelo. Look what happened. Okay. The things that we already know, like I said, will be her excuse. Doesn't matter. If you're too small and too weak, have nothing to keep me off, and I ask for $15 million, why in the fuck wouldn't I come and get that easy fucking money? I'm about to get $15 million for steamrolling somebody too weak, too small. Easy work. Why would I not go get that money? And if that's the case, right, I would never ever half-ass it and not train to my full potential. But my point is, damn, if that's the case, just imagine. I'm going to put my body through this to come back and make an easy $15 million. Now, if I really believe that, why wouldn't I do it? You guys are the ones making excuses for Laila. Her age, and Laila's not saying any of that. Now, the Breakfast Club did an interview. They did a video today. And they were playing clips from Laila's video and clips from Claressa's video. Charlemagne says the next thing they need to do is go do a face-to-face on the podcast. They think this is leading to something. Well, if that would be the case, that would mean Claressa and Laila are hosing the fans, the public. Because at the end of the day, let's go with that, the public. Fuck fans. I don't even like that word, fans, honestly. Okay? I don't even have a fan. I have well, I do have a fan. I have a nice... Anyway, and I'm saying, no, that would be some sucker shit, though, to lure people in. We don't need these WWE storylines. I said, plain and simple, if Laila Ali, and I don't believe if she is training, if she was in the gym, somebody would, whether it's, even if they don't get leaked footage, somebody would have some type of intel like, yo, Laila's been going to such and such gym. They've been kicking everybody out and shutting down and just her and her team in it, right? Well, whatever she got going on in her house, probably got a home gym in it as well. She could also have trainers come to her house, right? And then that just be amongst them and there's no news getting out. If somebody talks, she gonna know who said it, right? Okay, she would have to have sparring partners. Everything is shut the fuck up. Unless even contracted so I don't sue your ass. Keep your mouth shut, right? That way, for her to be on the, okay, I keep in shape. Now let me get in fight shape, right? Let me train. We talking about a woman jumping straight in there against Claressa, right? Okay. Doesn't matter. If Claressa is easy work, she don't need a tune-up. According to her, she'll beat her right now. Y'all sitting up here talking about Claressa knows she can. Okay. Claressa is not the one with the big mouth in this situation. It's Laila. Y'all just don't think Claressa is supposed to respond. Again, y'all didn't have a problem with Roy Jones calling out Floyd. But then all of a sudden, when we got the announcement that Floyd and Tyson is going to fight, it's like, oh shit. Now y'all scared for Tyson, right? Don't you know that Roy would beat Floyd would beat Roy ass probably easier than he would beat Tyson's, or just as easy as Tyson's ass? Roy can't even fucking walk. But see, the hype got y'all, yeah. And because Floyd didn't respond, y'all thought he was scared. When Claressa didn't respond, oh, she ain't respond yet. She ain't say nothing, right? Does it matter to y'all? No matter what Claressa says, y'all gonna try to fucking move the goalposts like y'all always do, and y'all only fucking yourselves over. It's all that pussy shit y'all be typing in, trying to make excuses. Look, man, y'all like these Christians that talk all this biblical shit but don't even know the Bible, and always try to flip something. You know, like anything that the Bible says that shows God doing a deed of good, somehow everything that he says in that verse, that scripture says, that's what happened. But when he does some foul, fucked up shit, well, how do you know it doesn't mean this? How do you know it? No, dumbass motherfucker. It says what it means. Just because you're dumb, don't try to put limitations on everybody else. You always want to try to change the narrative. You always want to try to move the goalposts because y'all don't want to admit. Like, for example, when somebody doesn't know something is in the Bible and you say something like, hey, listen, man, so let's say you cheated, on your wife, right? How would you feel if your wife didn't know, but I knew? And then I took your wife and had a bunch of dudes in the town gonna fuck your chick in front of everybody, right? Nah, that's fucked up. You don't think I'd be that a good person if I did that? That I'm still okay. So what about all the other good I do? I buy toys for all the kids. I buy food and stuff, right? For less fortunate people, I help out. Yeah, but that still be harsh. So you think that, okay, so out of all the good I do, you think that one deed, that will make me a bad person? Yeah, man, because you got to think about it. Like, even if you're doing good, because look, even if I did something fucked up, why punish my wife? Right, and part of your fear is now your wife going to find out that she's being punished because of what you did, right? So I got some dirt on you. I know what you did. But at that point, you might be like fucking desperate enough to just come out and admit to your wife what you did, right? Because you don't want her to go through it. You don't want to sit back and watch all these dudes fuck your wife, right? Nah, so that would make me a bad person no matter what I did. Even if I gave $1 million to a family, like just to say, nah, you still make me a bad person, right? Even though I do good at some points. Yeah, so there's no way that I could be a good person fully. Think about it, right? And that's his final answer. And then when you let him know, well, yeah, that's what God did. Yeah, for what you did it in secret. But I will cause pain and harm to your family. And I will have all these men have sex with your wife in public. Yeah, your God did that in the fucking Bible. Now all of a sudden, well, yeah, right, I know. Because it's God, it's okay. Y'all some fucked up people. That's who y'all are. Y'all don't even know what the fuck is in the Bible. So my point, I'm sitting here talking to you about something that's in the Bible, but I'm using myself as the example. But when you find out that, well, if God ordered, yeah, because y'all pussy. Y'all need something to worship and bow to, even though it don't talk back to you stupid motherfuckers. It don't respond. It don't change nothing in your life, but in your mind, you think something is good. Y'all could walk down the street and find a quarter. See what God can do? Yeah, that's y'all. Laila Ali, I loved her as a fighter. I don't know her as a person. I love Claressa as a fighter. I don't know her as a person. Let me say this about these two black women. Between the two, the younger one and Claressa said, I'm open to talk to Laila. Laila's the one salty and bitter. She even posted text messages. Did y'all see them? Did you not see the text messages that came from Laila? Yeah, but you see, y'all always talk about facts. Just because you stupid niggas sit up and facts don't mean shit. Y'all just say facts over anything. Because y'all dumb as fuck. All of these people that keep glazing Laila, all y'all talking about is her beauty, her sex appeal. Y'all ain't talking about nothing real. Y'all ain't talking about no facts. Y'all don't care about facts. It does not matter what Claressa says. Y'all are going to take Laila's side. If Laila came out and finally admitted this shit, y'all still would take her. No, Laila, but she had to do something to you, Laila. Y'all don't want the truth. If I'm 18, you know what? I've never been, well, outside of the ring. I mean, shit, yeah. What the fuck? I look like fighting shit. I wouldn't be 20 going to look for a 13-year-old. I wouldn't be 18 years old, 18 years older than somebody young. Or, listen, look at it this way. Picture yourself. Let's say if you got a nephew in your family or a niece that's 18 years younger than you. That means at 18, you was feeding that baby. You was walking that baby around. Now, just think about it. That's your nephew or your niece, right? You helped raise that person. So now, you're 18 years older than somebody, but you're arguing with them and debating and making videos about them and saying a whole bunch of shit. And what's the purpose? Have y'all ever understood and thought, what is Laila's purpose in this overall? She's going to set the record straight? No, she's just going to give her opinions and say some shit. So Claressa did her video and showed receipts as well. Yeah, showed receipts. So what are we going by? And the whole purpose thing, what I'm saying, what's the purpose of all of this shit? The funny thing about it, no matter what Laila is saying, all Laila is doing is trying to keep herself relevant. Nothing is let's fight. Claressa is showing y'all what went down and saying, I still want to beat that ass because you talking shit, but you don't want to fight. So that's the mindset I'm in now. Yeah, let's just fight. Stop all this talking. Yeah, why not? Why not? And I don't care about the fight. But the standpoint I'm looking at, like somebody made a comment about Mike Tyson one day, right? And the motherfucker said, it was a video, I can't remember who the fuck, it might have been Paul Pierce. Somebody was talking about Mike Tyson after a game came into the, somebody, I forgot who the fuck it was, man. And Mike came in there and was like, yo, like people were scared of Mike Tyson and was like how Mike was like, yo, AI, can I have your sneakers? He gave them to him, like, but he made it sound like everybody in the locker room was acting like a bitch because Mike Tyson walked in there, right? And I'm sitting there and this dude said, would you fight Mike Tyson? The dude don't know me that well. And my partner was like, man, shut your bitch ass up. What the fuck you always asking stupid questions? Kind of like, and I just looked at this dude. And I said, I'll fight you too. And he was just like, oh, my fault. I ain't mean to. For a person that don't know what happened, would probably be like, yo, why you snap on dude like that? He just asked him, because we get sick of pussy ass motherfuckers like you asking dumbass questions. The fuck you mean what I fight? Motherfucker, I'll fight anybody. The fuck kind of stupid question is that? And if my partner didn't say what he said, that's exactly what I'd have told him. I'll fight you too. Yeah, and I'll fight you too. What? Do you understand what I'm saying? What kind of question is that? And it's obvious he's asking from a space of fear. That's what this is about. Fear. Because the next thing that was going to come out of his mouth was, I wouldn't fight Mike Tyson. Oh, I dealt with that shit my whole life. Every age gap it was somebody that was supposed to be a tough guy outside. Oh, would you fight such a shit? Stupid ass question. Like, do you understand? You know how many times I done fought bullies that everybody else was scared of? But people were like, yo, but he's so quiet though. Like he just be chilling. Right? I'm not a little dude, and I've never been a little person. You understand what I'm saying? My point, what I'm saying to y'all is you experience things, and the fear that people have, I don't have that. Just like I told y'all, my generation didn't have the fears that my father and mom's generation had. So where they was trying to keep us safe with fear, we fuck that. We ain't scared of these racist motherfuckers. We'll beat their ass. Them cops will kill y'all out there. Fuck them cops. Y'all understand what I'm saying? We have a different mindset. So a stupid question like, would you fight Mike Tyson? Who the fuck? What? Well, I'm gonna stand there and let Mike Tyson beat on my ass or punk me? Nah, ain't nobody gonna punk me and do shit to me, man. All of this shit is what I'm saying. Y'all act like there's a certain amount of respect that you owe a person because they're a legend to you or they care about you. You care about them. I mean, like you care about them like as if they care about you. They don't even know you, man. Remember when I said that line that Roy Jones used in his new song was lame as fuck? They hating on me because I'm legendary. Like, man, you damn near 60 years old still talking about haters and shit. Then he said something in his rhyme about, they about talking shit. I'm about starting shit. Right, a damn near 60-year-old man talking about I'm about starting shit, right? What you gonna say? It was just music? He didn't mean it, he just said it, right? But he said it. So what? He said it. There's so many more messages that a fucking damn near 60-year-old man could put in his music. Nah, because if I'm talking positive, ain't nobody want to hear that shit. So they want to hear trouble. Well, if in one song I'm talking about they about talking shit, I'm about starting shit, but the next song I'm talking about peace and love, then I'm a fucking hypocrite, right? I'm a fraud, right? I'm not really putting who I am into this music. I'm just saying what y'all think I want y'all to hear. Yeah, a 60-year-old man talking about they about talking shit. I'm about starting shit. Starting what? Oh, like what you did with Floyd. And then try to make everybody think it was Floyd's fault, right? And like I said, they going to mix an old-ass clip of Floyd saying what he said about Ali and Roy, and I agree with what Floyd said. What he said was true. When their legs were gone, they wasn't the same fighter. But once again, Ali still had more left in the tank, way more left in the tank than Roy did. And Roy just stretched it out longer because Roy didn't get Parkinson's and all that shit. But like, who the fuck cares? All them damn losses. And they talk about that hunger, that itch that never leaves. That's your ego, man. Yeah, that's your fucking ego. Too stupid to retire. Or maybe you needed the money. That's what I believe. Because at the end of the day, if I'm going to tell you, when I lost 25 pounds of muscle, that I was depleted. And I wasn't ashamed that okay. Now I'm going to fight over a decade longer after that? Make that make sense, man. but I'm good. It ain't about the money. It's about the competition. But you can't compete with the elite. You just in the ring fighting against bums and losing. Now, do you think Laila Ali really need to come out of retirement to fight Claressa? I don't. So we agree on something. But here's the thing. If you don't need to come out and fight her, you have no interest in coming out to fight her, right? Why tell anybody? Why tell anybody? Why tell anybody somebody got 15 million? And don't talk about the Breakfast Club, 15 million. That event that they had not too long ago on an MVP card, she was asked at the end of that motherfucking night about what Claressa said, and she said, well, I remember me saying if somebody got 15 million, which is another fucking false narrative. Y'all saying, oh, Laila, why would Laila fight her just because she's saying 15 million was for something she said way back on the Breakfast Club? That's how stupid y'all are. No, that's my point. She said it on the Breakfast Club years ago, and she said it again a couple months ago. Why run that mouth, but you don't want that smoke? This is what I'm talking about, y'all. So if y'all thought that I came here to speak and make peace with them, no, I'm saying, no, what I'm saying, that would be cool if they could patch this shit up and move on. But if y'all thought I was going to make peace, come with a peace speech and not really dig into what's really going on, like you motherfuckers who like to instigate and keep shit going, and then point fingers. Ooh, ooh, ooh. She said that. Ooh, ooh, ooh. That's what little kids do. It's not what grown-ass men and women do. It's what little kids do. Notice this, though. And I'm going to say it this way. You don't see no white people. You don't see no Europeans. You don't see no white-skinned people trying to turn Katie Taylor, against Amanda Serrano, or Amanda Serrano against a Savannah Marshall or whoever the fuck. No, you don't see that happening. They want them to coexist at the same time. They want them to reign and be dominant at the same time. Yeah, that's what they want. They don't want to see their heroes' legacies tarnished, which is why those same people will sit back and have no problem chiming in about Laila versus Claressa, and Claressa is the enemy in this one. She's the bad one in this one, right? Yeah, I remember all the hate that Laila was getting. I remember this shit. See, y'all could sit up there. Maybe y'all, all the weed y'all been smoking all this time and drinking all that, the drugs y'all have been doing. Maybe y'all don't remember. I remember. My body's pure. I don't do drugs. I don't drink. I don't do none of that shit. I don't sip champagne, nothing. I don't smoke black and mild shit. I hate the smell of that shit. The only thing that I burn around me is incense. That's it. Other than that, nah. Or candles. Y'all don't get no ass, so y'all don't know nothing about that either. But at the same time, I'm just saying, real shit. Y'all sit up here and glaze and take sides. That don't change. I don't give a fuck about y'all personal opinions. The truth is what I'm about. The truth. The facts. Remember all these years, how y'all kept talking. I remember different channels talking about, yeah, man, Holyfield kept headbutting Mike. Mike can headbutt him, right? Remember that? And remember I showed y'all the fucking video right here on my channel a couple months ago. Mike Tyson going, in all fairness, I was headbutting him too, but I got the sympathy. Did he not say that after y'all said he wasn't? And wasn't that his lie of an excuse as to why he bit Holyfield? Right? That's what Mike told y'all, right? So he lied to you motherfuckers. He kept headbutting me. Look at this. I got to go. My kids got to see me like this. My kids, they're going to be scared of me. Remember that shit? Years later. But in fairness, I was headbutting him too. But I got the sympathy. Remember Mills Lane? When he went to agree to headbutting, Mills Lane said, bullshit. I'm taking the point away from Mike. Remember that shit? Yeah, I told you motherfuckers. Mike Tyson lied to y'all. Y'all make excuses for Mike Tyson. I done told y'all. I done sat right here on this couch right next to motherfuckers and said, show me. I got $100 for every round. And I want y'all to show me. We going every headbutt. I want to see who's causing it. And why none of my money went out my hand. Intentional headbutts aren't on purpose. But if you run in, see, we do this shit to keep the chin protected. And if I'm turning so I can BAM, but you're lunging forward. Oh shit, Mike ran in and hit. No, we gonna watch the whole round by round, because I don't want to hear because one of them, no. Sit your bitch ass down and we gonna watch round for fucking round. And I got $100 fucking for every fucking round. Show me Holyfield use his head to go forward. All they ever seen was Holyfield tucking his chin. And all that shit was Mike coming forward. An intentional head fucking butt is not on purpose. But who was causing it? It was Mike. And every one of them motherfuckers got up. Damn, you right though. I know. People start talking. Y'all start listening to this shit and y'all repeat what people say. I'm not a fucking follower. That's why my channel is different from all these other motherfuckers. And you can look at my channel now and you go back and be like, damn, the only thing different is he talk more about political shit that's going on in the world affecting everybody and that. But other than that, no, I'm not telling you what you want to hear. I'm telling you the truth. And I'm not going to bend that because I got a bunch of bitches coming in the comment section crying like little hoes, scared to say what the truth is. Oh, he got headbutting Mike. Okay. Whatever, man. Yeah, but they left out of here going, damn, he was right. Well, hey, man. Have y'all not heard me say things about Evander Holyfield and his perception on shit? And have y'all not heard? Yo, Here's the funny thing, man, and this is something that y'all don't get. I used to sit there and I'd be in the room and be the only motherfucker in there wanting to see Roy Jones win. I'm telling you facts. I ain't telling you no fucking opinion. I done been play. People used to hate Roy Jones. Did he have his observers, his fans, his okay? Yeah, the public had people in the public behind him. Yes, yes, but he had a lot of people that did not like his ass. I remember people saying Roy Jones ain't fighting nobody. Yo, his era is weak. He fighting bums. I don't even know these, but I can remember this shit, man. He ain't fighting nobody, man. They talking about he can get his rate. That motherfucker ain't fucking with Ray Leonard. He couldn't fuck with Hagler. I remember these comments. And I'm not talking about no one conversation I had with people. No, I remember the times. People did not like Roy Jones, man. Don't be fooled by him fighting in Pensacola, Florida, where he's from, in the crowd cheering. No. Yeah, he had, yeah. Like I said, but there's a lot of people that did not like him, man. And I'm like, yo, I'm not here to tell y'all who he could beat or couldn't beat. You ask me a question, I give it thought, and I'll give you my answer. I said, but I'm not sitting up here debating. Now, my job is not to tell you who's better than who. My job is to, hey, man, I'm going to watch the fight if I'm interested. And who wins, wins. And I was pulling for Roy. There's nobody Roy fought that I wanted to see Roy lose to. Nobody. And if he would have fought Mike Tyson back then, I'd have been pulling for Roy. This what y'all don't get. So when you hear me say what I'm saying about Roy now, it's because of what Roy is saying and doing now. But the truth has always been, plain and simple, yeah. Roy had a lot of people that he could have fought, and the fight did not happen for whatever reason. In my opinion, Roy would have beat all of them. We don't know that, though. We don't know that. But he has a weak-ass resume. When you look at who he fought, 2 fucking names. 2 fucking names. If a motherfucker had, let's put it this way. Roy got 60-something fights, right, or whatever. Let's put it to you this way. If an artist had 12 albums, okay, and out of those 12 albums, only 2 were good, how do you think people would see that person's career? Even if that motherfucker had songs on the first 2 albums that was dope as fuck, right? How do you think his career will be assessed? Could you talk about that person and Michael Jackson in the same breath? Or LL Cool J, somebody who had nothing but platinum albums, and out of like 14, 15 albums, like 10 of them went platinum or some shit like that, 9 or 10. So, do you understand what I'm saying? So here's what I'm telling you. Let's say even if that artist shows you through time that, hey, they still got it though, but they, or I'm saying, can you look at that person's career and put their album for album? Nope, you couldn't do it. You can do it the fuck you want. What I'm saying is, it's not gonna add up when you got 2 good albums, or even 2 great albums, and then you got everything else flopped. I got 2 great albums and 10 flops. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Even if you like the albums, do you think the rest of the world is going, yeah, man, that dude, nope, they're going to say he only had 2 good albums. Okay, then. Let's take James Toney and Bernard Hopkins off of Roy Jones's resume. Who's his best wins against? The accomplishment of beating a heavyweight, the worst heavyweight ever, to hold a fucking title. Okay? I mean, John Ruiz is like on Trevor Bryant's level, man. He's one of them, he's a bum. And he only got the belt because they put him in a fight for a vacant title against a washed up Holyfield. And a washed up injured Holyfield on top of that. All right? But that accomplishment beating a 39-year-old washed up Mike McCallum, stopping Virgil Hill with a body shot. That's the best names on his fucking resume that he won against. Antonio Tarver did nothing outside of Roy Jones, right? And Roy Jones said it out of his own mouth. And he also discredited Bernard Hopkins' resume. But I'm saying that's his best wins outside of them. Why do you think every time Roy Jones talk, he always bring up beating James Toney? He don't even really talk about the Bernard Hopkins win. I saw a video of Bernard Hopkins saying, man, there was people that was way better than me. He said Roy Jones was way more talented than me. James Toney, he's like, but you know the one thing I had? He was talking about how he was constantly in the sauna, sweating off, keeping in shape all year long, keeping fit, no drugs. He don't even drink soda, things like that. He was right. So his dedication. Now, yeah, he was crafty, of course, you know, but you understand what I'm saying? Bernard Hopkins is saying this. Isn't it funny how in the rematch, a man 4 or 5 years older than Roy still was able to beat his ass? So you understand what I'm saying? When you start looking at people and start painting these false narratives in your head, it's hard for you to look past all of that. Well, my point is, y'all think because I like Roy as a fighter, I'm supposed to lie for Roy or make excuses. I don't do that for none of these motherfuckers. None of them. And let me say this. Like I said, I don't know Laila. But I don't like that shit she said, even like when that shit that she said. And like I said, I look, people go, they who are who they are. But that shit she said about black people, not. I don't want. I got many different kind of people on my channel, so you know, you just black people start to, you know. Oh, so you tell them what they want to hear? Yeah, exactly. You're not being. If I tell you, I want to talk about things plaguing our people, but I don't want to fuck these people. Because if you fuck with Aries, then you understand the realness in me. You see what I'm about. And if I feel like I can't be myself and say what I need to say because I'm worried about you walking, I don't need you or want you on my channel. That's just the way it is. I told you, look at all these fucking racists. They watch what they want to watch because certain topics get their attention and they can't help themselves. They got to come in and try to defend a racist ass Charlie Kirk or Hulk Hogan. No, they just can't help themselves. And even with the facts, this man jumps up out of a chair and run across. Come on, you fucking chink. Yeah, chink. Come on, chink. He's not racist. Okay, let that Chinese man jump up and say, come on, cracker. Come on, you white motherfucker. And let's see how many people say that fucking Chinese man wasn't racist. We know this. They can't help themselves. So I'm going to worry about losing people? Fuck y'all, man. I want no fake people on my shit. And that's what she's telling you. I don't care that you fake. As long as I get the viewership, as long as I get the numbers, as long as I get the A, you know, bottom line. And you want to know what? Racist people would say, see, that's a good nigga right there. She knows her role. Now, Claressa, on the other hand, see, this is what I'm saying. You know what's funny? Claressa go to like all these female fights to support women's boxing. How many times do you see Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano, and all these other females? How many times did y'all see them at a Claressa Shields fight? And I'm not, and understand, they claim that they're about the movement, right? But they don't support Claressa. Even at night when they had that event, they didn't even show her in the crowd. And Claressa was there. They didn't even want to, you understand what I'm saying? She was there. Yeah, her rival promotion and all that. Because all the women said their shit. Days agreeing on about, we got a lot of women who I think could fight Claressa. Oh, please. You see, y'all want to see Claressa lose. I already understand what this is. See, you can take a pale-skinned fighter and they come from a poor situation. They come from a poor environment. They come and all of a sudden they start making money. They become this boxing star. Oh, they people embrace them and love them. It's something about coon-ass black people, though. I tell you all the time, it's something about these Sambo-ass blacks that they just don't want to see black people who really put their foot down stand for anything. You got people wanting to see Claressa and Papoose break up. They still bringing up Remy Ma situations and all this kind of... And y'all, as black people, don't get it. They're just trying to destroy a black woman's legacy, life, and career by using another black person to do it. And y'all too stupid to even see it. And that's what I'm saying. I don't think it's going to happen, but the intentions. And y'all too dumb to understand it, because black people, y'all the most sellout motherfuckers in the world. Black people, let me tell you something about black folks, man. No, let me rephrase that. Not black people. Black people are beautiful people. Black people are loving, sharing, caring people. Niggas are the most two-faced motherfuckers in the world. And you got white niggas, Latino niggas, German niggas, okay. But black niggas are the most disloyal, ignorant, stupid motherfuckers in the world. You know what people know? You know what your oppressor know about you? Give a nigga some money, they'll stab anybody in the back. They'll cooperate with anything. Just give them some money. Remember how 6ix9ine was called the biggest snitch in the world, and all these motherfuckers, how he this and that, they can't stand him, they hate him and all that. He a rat. Now every time you turn around, a whole lot of them same people always on some show somewhere tell how they got paperwork on niggas and paperwork this and that. That nigga ain't a real nigga. He, don't nobody, I'm telling you, when I go over there, don't nobody in this hood know him. They don't even know this nigga. Grown ass 40, 50, 60-year-old men over here arguing about hood status. And I got paperwork on this nigga. That's black people for you, man. That's excuse me, once again, that's niggas for you. That's niggas for you. Yeah. I had a lot of people agree with that, like that comment and all that, right? When I said about when Mike Tyson, I want to be a nigga. Nigga, I'm a nigga. And I'm like, yeah, sitting there eating mushrooms. Y'all, you know one thing I say about niggas is y'all find the most weird motherfuckers to support, or you support the most weird motherfuckers in the wrong ways. I tell my sons that shit. You not niggas. You black men. So when I see my son, good morning, King. Good morning, King, right? Shit like that. Yeah. Nah, yo, what's up, little nigga? Yo, what up, nigga? Nah, that's not what we do in this house. I don't rock with that. So that's why I tell y'all, even if you, oh yeah, Aries, I agree with you, yo, you down to earth, man, right? But y'all sit here and suck the cock of these ignorant motherfuckers who sit up here and put this poison out. Mike living his life. Why? Because he high all the time? Sitting there high as fuck, feeding pigeons and shit with his eye. That's living your best life, right? You know, whatever happens between Claressa and Laila, I'm not going to lose sleep over it. I just put my foot down about right and wrong, what the truth is. That's what I care about. I don't go through life like y'all. Like I used to sit and tell my mom, I said, Mama, do you believe everything in the Bible is true? You know, Christians try to be careful what they say, especially when they know that you sharpen the mind. They try to be careful how to even answer questions because they don't want to, be hypocrites. And they know that you're going to say something that they're not ready for. And my mama, I love her with everything I am. She's no longer here. And my mama said she believed the Bible was tampered with. I said, right. So, Mama, how can you tell what was tampered with and what wasn't? Especially when you got a book that's copies of copies of copies of copies of copies with a bunch of anonymous writers, which the Bible tell you in the back of the Bible concordance that all these writers are anonymous. Well, you got to see the Bible says it. Like, Mama, I know what the Bible says. To take something on faith, I can have faith that there might be an actual Santa Claus. I could take it on faith that whore that I think that's supposed to be my woman is really faithful, but not, right? I can take it on faith. Faith is not a good measure. Okay? If you don't believe that everything is authentic and things is tampered with, how do you know what's true and what's not? At every answer, my mom was a sharp woman. She had to think about before she answered. Because it's just reality. I have to force myself to believe something with the fear of an eternal hell if I'm wrong about this God not being real and shit like that, right? And my mom we talked one day, and I'm being personal with y'all because I want y'all to understand. I'm talking to y'all of what's real. I'm not just talking in front of this camera to talk. And I said, Mama, do you believe that God bless everybody? That God He treats all of us as equals. He loves us all the same and all that. My mama said yes. I said, okay. So you pray every day. You on a prayer line all the time. I said, do you think God answers prayers? She said, yeah. I said, okay. So I'm going to ask you a hard question. That's really rather simple. Why didn't God answer my prayer for you and Daddy not to divorce? And for our family to not get separated like it did? Why didn't God answer Valerie's prayer, my little sister, Vicky, Lisa? Why didn't God answer our prayers about y'all? Why did God let us lay in the room and cry every night because we knew y'all was going to separate and it hurt us? Why did God have things where I had to leave home at 18 years old because you left and Daddy got unbearable? Where was God then? Did we deserve that? Is this something you know what my mama did? She started crying. Because see, outside of your little fantasy world, the real problems that we deal with happens because we change our lives. Not because we sit here and do this bullshit. I deal with what's real. And when my mama and dad split, nothing on their radar was about us. It was about them. And my mom was the one that left. And we was there with my father. And she left when I was 17. Following year, I had to go. I couldn't deal with my father. You understand what I'm saying? Where was God through all of this? Why God don't ever tell y'all the right things? And I had to break down to my mom what the Bible says about adultery. What the Bible says about being a fornicator. My mom is an ordained minister. I said, Mama, you're not even supposed to be preaching. You're not even supposed to, do you understand? And I realized this about my mom, my dad, and all other people I love, and other people I don't even know. But they read the Bible the way they're instructed to read it. And anything that's a clear contradiction, you know what they do? I'm going to leave it in God's hands. God, give me wisdom. God makes you right. You're never going to see this any way other than the way you're taught to see it. Because if you see it for what it is, you'll know it's wrong. It's a contradiction. I showed her so many different contradictions. And I said, now, Mama, you've been going to church before I was born. Why is it I know these things and you don't? And you're an ordained minister. And you shouldn't be. And I said, and even with you remarrying, you understand. Everything I showed her, I had my mama staring. Y'all know how Arsenio always used to look when he would ask his guest a question. He'd be like he's really into the answer. And my mom was sitting there. No, and I hugged my mama. I told her I love her. She same thing. I said, Mama, I love y'all too much to not be honest with y'all. I said, one day you won't be here, neither will I. Okay? I said, but I'm telling you this. When you take actions and take your life into your own hands, that's what I had to do. I missed out on so much and I had to gain things later because when it came to teaching, they wasn't good teachers. They were good providers. So there's a lot of things deeply rooted in me that keep me focused on life. If 1 million people are sitting in this room and everybody is repeating what somebody else say, I'm looking for the truth. So if I'm the only one in the room that see the truth, I'm fine with that. The sad part about life is most people don't care about the truth. So they go along with what everybody else is saying. And you know what? It's more believable that what everybody else is saying is true than what the truth actually is. Because there's only few people standing on truth. I don't wish nothing bad on Layla. I don't wish nothing bad on Claressa. But I don't care how many times people try to twist things around. Layla started this shit. Layla's trying to benefit of monetization and trying to put herself in the limelight. You talking about what you did way back fucking when. What in the fuck does that have to do with right now? So when your words is, I will knock her out right now. I am better than her right now. Why the fuck shouldn't she want to fight you? Back it up, big mouth. You can beat me right now. Let's go. Let's go. For that matter, Ann Wolf and Layla could have done the Legends. since that never happened. Yeah, I'm just saying. Any of that shit could have happened, right? Stop letting people manipulate y'all. And in closing, it's like I said this to my mom and her husband at the time. I said, to make an analogy, because you see, when you make people see things that they don't want to see, you can see it and they know what you're saying is true. But that fear of, but what if we wrong? No, I don't care about that. I ain't worried about that afterlife bullshit. I'm here now. This is what I focus on. Okay? Eternal hell and all that bullshit. But I said to her husband at the time, I said, if you like a football team and I like a football team, and let's say the football team that I like right now is on fire, and they've won championships in the past, but right now they're on fire. Now, let's say the team that you like won championships 45 years ago and they did shit since then, right? Or let's just say it was great at one point, whether they won championships. Okay, let's say they won championships. But I said, I said, it was more to it. But I said, if we're comparing the teams, and I tell you, the team I like is 14-0, right? One more game, bow, they win that, they're in the Super Bowl, right? All of a sudden, bow, they win that game, they go 14-2, 15-1, whatever the fuck, right? Just say, now the team you like, they get eliminated by the team that I like on top of that. And the team I like beat that team you like in the regular season. What's the first thing that you start doing when you realize you've just been beaten? Not only were you beaten, but we played you guys better on defense and offense all year long. We've been more consistent throughout the years. So what do y'all start doing? You start going back to talking about what y'all did 45 years ago. Why? Because you can't compete right now. So you want to try to bring up an era of time where you think that team would have beat this team. What does that have to do with the fucking teams right the fuck now? What the fuck are we talking about, right? That's what people do with the Bible. God can do this. God can do that. God did. Where are the flaming swords over the Garden of Eden and all that? Why donkeys can't talk no more? Why can't snakes talk anymore? I'm just saying. What happened? I'm just saying. Why can't people float on water? Why does all this stuff just stop happening all of a sudden? And when you keep saying what somebody can do, is it because the shit's not happening? You can lie to yourself all you want. But the truth is, going by faith, you know what is the definition of faith? The belief, belief with the absence of proof. I don't have to believe I'm sitting in front of my camera talking right now. I'm doing this and you guys are witnessing it. I don't have to believe I know because I have proof. I can test, I can touch, I can feel, right? But see, it don't work like that, right? You guys are about as logical as people that believe in Bigfoot. You ever watch those shows, Finding Bigfoot, and they sit here and tell you the diet of a Bigfoot and how they do this and that and where they, all this shit. I'm like, now how can you do all of this, give all this information about a creature that you've never done studies on? You have nothing to go by. Oh, but we see footprints, we have hair samples, and I got this audio of a Bigfoot, all this shit. How the fuck do you... No proof. No proof. Just belief. A Bigfoot's a real. Have you ever seen one? Well, no. Well, shut the fuck up. But I've heard stories. I don't give a fuck what you heard. Have you ever seen one? And I ain't talking about some man in a suit. Have you ever seen a 10-foot tall, 1,000-pound big? Have you ever? Okay, shut the fuck up. You have all this information about something you've done no studies on. Okay. Just saying. but God does this. And I have my personal relationship. Oh, well, I have my personal experiences. Well, God spoke to me. Right. It's everything other than proof. We'll see if you believe in God. He'll reveal himself to you. How? How does he do that? And there's always different stories, right? Okay, so y'all understand what I'm saying? Why I'm even saying this to y'all? When your mind is fucked up and you think you know so much because of feelings, but you haven't experienced shit to tell you what that feeling is. I used to do shows and the crowd start getting loud and you can feel the hairs in your back stand up and all that. I go to the ring and shit before I even get in there and people, you know what I'm saying? Like, I felt emotions, I felt different things. People call it energy or whatever the fuck, the acids in your body causes it, all this shit. I've never in my life felt no Holy Spirit. I don't hear voices talking to me. And I've always said, why do people only shout in church? Why nobody never been in the supermarket and just, yes, Lord, just start shouting? No, it's only when the music starts. You motherfuckers, all this shit. Yeah, right? Your mind can fuck with you. Why do you think grown-ass men scared to watch horror movies? Have bad dreams. Ah, you little bitch, what's gonna happen? Nothing. Fuck, I'm scared of a fucking dream. Y'all pussy, man. Seriously, this is why y'all can't understand grown-up fucking talk. Grown-up conversations are too much for y'all. But you know what? For the few that get it, cool. That's what I'm talking to. I'm not going to change my stance on what's real to fit in with a bunch of lying, fantasizing motherfuckers. Let me say this, y'all. Competition is competition. Healthy competition isn't lying and being an asshole to try to make something happen the wrong ways. Schemes, using people, but that's all a part of life. Things that people do. If you can't appreciate somebody that's genuine and that calls it down the middle, that's a problem you have. I watched my mom leave this earth knowing how much we love her. We care for her. But my mom was sick and should have went to the hospital. She chose to believe in God. She prayed. Was it prayer she did? Okay? It was medication. Certain procedures. But not prayer. Prayer didn't do shit for her. So she neglected her health and belief that this God was going to help her. I watched uncles and aunties separate. I watched so much happen. I've watched people lose everything. Believing and praying and going to church, giving all their money away. People who ain't even have it. You stand at somebody's house because you lost your place. And now your conscience make you scared and you go to church and you giving all you got. I got a video on my phone right now of a pastor who just had told his congregation, if you don't have $2,000 to put in this offering plate, to just go ahead and ease out the door before anybody can see you, before you get embarrassed, you know. But that's what the Lord is telling him. Them niggas then went from 10% to 2,000. A couple of months ago, I had a pastor tell the fucking usher to close the door. Remember that? Lock the door, close the door, right? Oh yeah, remember that? These are all the things I told my mom before she passed. Y'all don't understand something. Ain't no blessing for no higher power, no. I'm a realist. I deal with what's real. If Laila Ali was really being classy, I'm going to tell you exactly what she would have did. If her intentions was to fight Claressa, that's what she would have did. But if her intentions was to do what I believe, because of her own actions, was to try to make herself look good and try to taint Claressa's shine, she did exactly what she was supposed to in that sense. But if she was trying to be classy, she wouldn't even gotten involved in that. She would have said what I told you guys a long time ago. Look, I did what I did. I know I'm the greatest. I'm not worried about nobody else, what they claim, what they feel. Claressa believe in herself. She feel like she's the GOAT. More power to her. My black sister is out here making her money. She's out here making her legacy and, you know, strengthening her legacy and expanding and doing. Hey, I'm not mad at that. You understand what I'm saying? I got nothing but appreciation for what she's doing. Go out there and do your thing. Simple. No, that's not what Laila did. Laila, who's 18 years older than Claressa, decided she wanted to make it known she beat her ass right now. She'd knock her out now. And it's not even like she just said, listen, I don't think nobody can beat me. She tried to downplay everything. And what you think the purpose of the sparring was about? She's trying to make Claressa look like she was scared to spar. She tried to shit on Claressa. Y'all pussy, so I know y'all don't get it. But the real ones understand this shit, man. Ain't nobody gonna fucking call you out, right? Then you get an opportunity, right? Pretend they want to call you out or they had a chance where y'all could spar, y'all, right? All this shit. Fuck sparring. You're not gonna get 15 million for sparring. And Claressa said, hey, we can even spar too. We can do. See, Claressa, this is what happened. Laila out of her mouth said it's personal when she talked to Andre Ward. So Claressa's like, cool. So since you scared to fight for this 15 million, let's spar. We can do that too. Because it's personal with both of them now. And she want to shut her mouth. That's what that is. And she knows after she smack her around in sparring, that just might spark up enough in Claressa and Laila to make her want to get payback. And climb her ass in the ring. It's not going to happen. And listen. Even if she did climb in that ring, after she get her ass beat and get her 15 million, y'all excuses is not going to change the reality. Nothing you say is going to change the reality. You know what's going to happen? She's going to have a loss on her record. Her ego is going to be scarred until the day she get put in that pine box. Why? Or get cremated. Because all I had to do was stay the fuck out the ring and I wouldn't have had that loss on my record. Now, I can't say I'm better than Claressa. I can't make up the excuse about my age, even though these idiot fans would do it for me. Hey, listen, y'all. I'm like this. I'm about to show y'all something else to show y'all how much hypocrites y'all are. Remember that press conference that Claressa had? I forget the name of the chick that she was fighting. And there was an elderly guy up there, and he back up, and put his hand in people's face and all that, and right, being real ignorant and disrespectful. Do y'all remember somewhere out in the lobby or wherever it was, somebody knocked him out, and people were like, "Oh, it's Claressa's brother," and all that, and they start talking all this shit, right? Oh, it was this, trying to blame Claressa for it, whatever, right? Oh, but her team, she should have better control of her, right? Now, just remind you, and think about how long ago that was too, right? Right? Some years ago. So she was even way younger then. Two things out of that. One, look how old Laila is right now and how she's carrying on. But y'all consider this classy. Okay. But two, there was a lot of comments too from people saying, yo, man, everybody keeps talking about how old he is, but yo, he know he's old too, yo. Hey, yo, he was out of line. Why was it so easy for y'all to say that? Because that guy at the time was way older than 48. Right? But there was people that said, hey, man, he asked for it. And he's a trainer, right? Bottom line. It is what it is. You know, you being disrespectful. We're talking about a sanctioned fight for a fee that you asked for. How many videos is Laila going to make before y'all be like, all right, Laila, this shit's getting old? What is it Laila going to say that matters? How many times she going to make a video about Claressa before y'all get tired of hearing the same shit over and over? Because if you don't want to fight, shut the fuck up. You're not even sitting here analyzing the fight as a spectator. You're sitting up here making personal comments and attacks and saying things, but you don't want to fight. It doesn't make a difference. Even if Claressa was to get a loss, she still accomplished way more than Laila did. By far. And the excuse about, oh, but they didn't have all the... Look, at the end of the fucking day, at the end of the day, the fights that can happen is what the focus should be. So when Roy Jones felt the need to talk about Floyd Mayweather more than he talked about his own career, the fact that Laila purposely did what she did, and she still to this day all this making videos, right? All this shit, her little cookbook and cooking, so all this little shit she's trying to do. What I'm saying, all of this stuff, what does it matter? Manny Pacquiao didn't sit on the sidelines and talk shit, and then he jumped back in the ring. Now, there's concern for people because they feel like, man, he's gonna have that one fight too many and go in there and get knocked the fuck out and maybe really get hurt or whatever. Hey, that's his business. That's his business. But my point is, he got back in it. Now, he sounds stupid when he keeps bringing up Floyd because it's like, yo, Pacquiao, what are you trying to, like, what are you trying to prove? What is it? Him and all these other people that talked about Floyd tainting it. How is Floyd tainting his fucking legacy? How? Because he's making millions of dollars, multi-millions of dollars by fighting exhibitions, and y'all out here walking around with 3 and 4 titles and got to beg to try to get what this man can make in an exhibition. Y'all got to beg for that. So, I mean, what's the purpose of calling somebody's name if you don't want to fight him? I mean, Jamel Charlo was calling out Terrence Crawford, and Crawford fan, oh man, but y'all. Yeah, we know. He was saying Crawford should go fight Errol Spence. We understand all that shit. So what? And so you saying Crawford should puss up and not fight him because y'all pussy? Nah. Either he want to fight or he don't. Just saying. I would personally like to see him fight Jamal Charlo. He gonna stay at 168. If he dropped down to 154, why not Jamel? There's nobody at 154 more accomplished than Jamel. You gonna hold that Canelo loss over him? I bet you Canelo fans ain't holding that Crawford loss over Canelo. They're not holding that Floyd Mayweather loss over Canelo. They're not holding that Dimitri Bivol loss over Canelo. Yeah. But it's just something about y'all. And you, like I said, man, once again, when it comes to black people, most disloyal motherfuckers on this, when I hear non-black people, like, I remember one time, for example, I was watching this video, man. It was a reaction video to the movie Life with Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence. And it was a time on there when, I forgot what scene it was. But that movie was like back in the 30s or whatever and all. Like, so they real racist. Well, it was racist times now, but and something happened there. I remember it was like a British couple, right? And the guy started crying during certain scenes in the movie and shit. Like, he's like, man, even though I know this stuff happened, just, seeing it, but it's a movie. But the idea of it, the fact, it was getting to the guy, right? And the guy said something in that movie. And that video, I always remember it, right? And it was real simple. He just said, man, you think in those times, especially, they stick together. Meaning black people. This is what I've been saying forever, though, man. Black people are all about individuality. What Soulja Boy say? Barack Obama ain't never put no money in my pocket, no. You know what I'm saying? Kamala Harris, she never put no money in my pocket, no. Right. So, yeah, I'll sell out for Massa. And just imagine if this would have been some years earlier, Snoop Dogg would have been sitting there talking shit about Soulja Boy, right? But he couldn't this time because he was a part of it with him. So Nelly, Rick Ross, all of them, yeah, right. And Snoop excuse about him doing a favor for a friend and all this kind of goofy shit. See, y'all, it's deeper than just two people a lot of times. And here's a situation where black people and racist people are more comfortable with two black women not getting along, truly not liking each other over nothing, because it gives them something else to talk about. And everybody that talked to Claressa gonna want to bring up Laila. Everybody that talked to Laila gonna want to bring up Claressa. Because you want to know what they know? All you gotta do to black people is just say something. They just start going on and on about everything. Claressa has nothing to gain. She really don't. I mean, in terms of more people might wind up being a little more interested, maybe, in the fight, and maybe the fight might do better than people think with numbers and all. I mean, other than that, what does she really have to gain by beating up on Layla? It's personal. You're 18 years older than somebody, but you're acting like the less immature. Y'all can sit there and glaze, but people like y'all that talk need to learn how to listen, shut the fuck up, and think about things. Really. All y'all do is, pick a side. Oh, he said and she said. And like a lot of little Negroes, we're not going to sit here and go back and forth about a bunch of he said, she said. I know what was said. I know who said what. After a while, I stopped responding to stupid. When we get to the point where the conversation becomes dumb, it's like, all right, depending on what you say, I'm either going to block you, delete you, or I might just, because it gets to the point where it's like, do you motherfuckers know what the truth is or no? Because if you don't, you should shut the fuck up. And if you think you know, and then the person posts receipts and you still making dumb comments, then you get blocked and deleted, because at that point it's obvious you don't care about the truth. You just want to run your mouth. That's what hoes do. That's what bitch ass divas do. That's not what men do. And the majority of the motherfuckers on my channel, okay, are men. For the most part. Got a few females that drop in from time to time, but the rest is dudes, and y'all act like straight bitches. Let's be real. And the problem that I have is not enough black people on the channel. Not enough black people come in the comment section. Way too many niggas. Because that's all y'all know how to do. Divide and conquer amongst our own people. Y'all are stupid as fuck and don't get it. So yeah, this is not entertaining to me. But the truth is the truth. Ice Cube and Scarface just made a song called Act My Age. Yeah, don't tell me to act my age, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. You got people I know that's like, they think that song is fire, yo. Yeah, that's, yeah, right. You know something? I can get the message and understand certain things, but the way certain things come off is what people don't pay attention to. And then two, I also understand when somebody says something stupid, right? Like Cardi B, I remember one time she was being interviewed and she was like, people say like, you immature. Like, hell yeah, I'm immature. Hell yeah, fuck that. I'm 24 years old. And she's like, well, next year when I'm 25, I'll be a whole different lady. Cardi B, what you say? Right? All this goofy shit. Y'all know how many people, first of all, the majority, well, it's a mix. It was a mixed group of people age-wise that listen to Cardi B. You know how many younger people she influenced to act just as childish as her with that one stupid comment? I bet you none of you motherfuckers even gave that any thought. Yeah. And that's why these hardy motherfuckers are always getting suspended, getting kicked out of school, the parent getting frustrated, but most parents are too stupid to know how to deal with their kids, so they blame the teachers, the principal, and everybody else, and what do they end up doing? Huh? You put the kid in homeschool and the motherfucker still can't pass their grades because there's nobody there to supervise them. They just bullshitting all the time and you don't know what to do. Then you get frustrated with them. They 18, they 19, now you can't tell them shit either. They curse you out, slamming doors in your face in your own house. But that kind of mentality, embracing stupidity, embracing being immature, admitting to it and embracing it. Okay? And she was 24 when she said that. Think about it. How old is Laila Ali? You understand what I'm saying? 40 fucking 8. Y'all see this as classy because of her making the video saying what she's... What's classy about any of this shit? What? You guys are so fucking stupid and such fantasizing losers that y'all sitting up here hung up. I think half of y'all probably think she might read one of y'all comments and then be like, hey, listen, you want to come fuck me or some shit like that? Yeah, because that's all I hear y'all talking about, how beautiful she is. And this is when I know this is the simp move. Simps will sit here and do what a simp does, make an ass out of themselves to try to prove somebody to be right when they're clearly wrong. And I don't give a fuck about subjective conversations and all that. No, I'm saying plain and simple, I know what started this shit. I know what Claressa responded to. And Laila herself, if you even listen, dumbasses, you heard her even say, she got mad because of what I said on the Breakfast Club and when I was on Sway. But she when I asked her, you know, if you ever want to spar, you want to spar me, all right? She went from saying like Claressa got mad, like she wanted to fight her right then and there. If she was scared of you, she wouldn't want to fight you, right? Oh, okay. But then she turns around and she says how she's like, she didn't want to spar me though. She said, oh, so now she went from wanting to fight you to not wanting to spar. She debunks her own conversation, but y'all too stupid to fucking even listen because y'all don't care. That's why I be like, fuck y'all. Stay your bitch ass off my channel. Why? Because you don't understand honesty and truth. And I don't roll with weak ass motherfuckers like that. This is going to conclude this series. And this is the longest one because I wanted to pack everything into this motherfucker. Men, it's too bad y'all forgot how to be men and y'all became a bunch of divas, a bunch of femboys, a bunch of I'm in my feelings, so I'm going to say and talk and yeah, all this shit. Y'all probably be having y'all hands out when y'all talk. Y'all some straight, y'all probably be typing like little conceited bitches, with the pinkies all out and shit. I don't understand how you think you're a man because you're in your fucking feelings as if what was said happened to you. So when somebody give you the news about things, you want to chime in like, ooh, girl, I know the whole school. I got all the tea. Oh, let me shut your bitch ass up. Nobody care about you and your dramatic bullshit. We speak on the truth. I know what happened. I posted the receipts. I'm not going to fucking sit here and grab you horses by the fucking collar and drag you to the water and make you drink it. Your bitch ass is just talking, don't know what y'all talking about. The truth don't change just because of what you want to believe. The truth is the truth. You guys are just too stupid and dishonest to understand how you even sound and how you look yourselves defending bullshit. So it is what it is. I don't think all of this talking that they're doing about as far as what's being said is going to lead to shit. So yeah, Laila don't want that ass bust. And I'm telling you right now, if she decide to try to fucking please y'all, she gonna get embarrassed. And Claressa gonna beat the shit out of it, and y'all gonna really be salty then. And what you gonna blame Claressa? Claressa, is your fault that this grown ass 48-year-old woman came out of retirement because you was fucking with her. You wouldn't just ignore her. Fuck do I care, man. But y'all know she'll get that ass beat, and she knows it. She want to sell more cookbooks and do her cooking shows and stuff and all, and she's trying to monetize and stay more relevant and do her little announcing jobs whenever they call her for shit or whatever. But, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. Laila had her time. This is Claressa's time. At some point, Claressa's not going to be here, and it's going to be somebody else's time. Simple as that. That's all I got for you guys. This concludes this series. Never fall in love with lies. Remember, the truth brings hair to people, and I will catch y'all on the next video.